Have you ever lined up your target perfectly, only to watch the arrow miss? You adjust your sight, change your stance, and try to concentrate even harder. But what if your equipment isn't the problem? What if you're aiming wrong? In archery, aiming isn't just about putting your sight on the bullseye. It's about controlling your entire shot, from your stance and anchor to your release. So, if you want to improve your accuracy, hit that subscribe button, because this video could completely change the way you aim. Let's break it down. Mistake number 1, chasing the bullseye. Most archers think the goal is simple. Draw the bow. Put the pin in the center. Release. But here's the problem. Your sight picture naturally moves. Even experienced archers don't hold the pin perfectly still. It floats. Left. Right. Up. Down. The mistake is trying to fight that movement. You see the pin move away from the center, and your brain immediately tries to correct it. Then you make another correction. Then another. And suddenly your bow is moving all over the target. Instead of aiming smoothly, you're chasing the bullseye. The better approach: let the pin float naturally. Your job isn't to freeze it. Your job is to keep the movement controlled and execute a clean shot. Think about it this way. You don't need a perfectly still pin. You need a predictable pin. That difference is huge. Mistake number 2, your anchor point is inconsistent. Now let's talk about something that can destroy accuracy even when your sight picture looks perfect. Your anchor. Every shot should come back to essentially the same position. Your release hand. Your jaw or face contact. Your string position. Your head position. All of these details matter. Imagine shooting 10 arrows. On the first shot, your anchor is slightly higher. On the second, it's slightly lower. On the third, your head position changes. Your sight might still appear to be on the target, but your bow is no longer being held in exactly the same geometry. And that means your arrows won't behave consistently. This is why great archers don't simply practice aiming. They practice repeatability. The goal is to make your body recognize the same position automatically. Draw, anchor, settle, aim, release, again, and again, and again. Mistake number 3, you're moving your bow hand. Here's another hidden accuracy killer. You draw the bow. Everything looks perfect. But just before the release, your bow hand starts doing something. Maybe you're gripping too tightly. Maybe you're pushing toward the target. Maybe you're trying to help the arrow. And that tiny movement can affect where the arrow goes. A bow doesn't need you to wrestle with it. In fact, excessive tension can make the shot less consistent. Your bow hand should provide a stable connection while avoiding unnecessary squeezing. Think of your hand as a platform. Not a fist. Not a steering wheel. A platform. The less unnecessary movement you introduce, the more predictable your shot becomes. Mistake number 4, you're thinking about the release. This one is incredibly important. You're aiming. The pin is close to the center. And suddenly your brain says, now. So you consciously trigger the release. That's when things can go wrong. Because the moment you become obsessed with the exact instant of release, you may introduce tension, anticipation, or movement. Instead, think about the entire shot as one continuous process. Your back tension. Your anchor. Your bow hand. Your sight picture. Your breathing. And your release. Everything should work together. The release shouldn't feel like you're violently switching something off. It should feel like the shot simply happens. So, are you really aiming wrong? Maybe. But the solution isn't necessarily to aim harder. It's to make the shot simpler. Build the same stance. Find the same anchor. Use the same draw cycle. Allow the sight to float. Maintain controlled tension. Execute the release without forcing it. And most importantly, trust the process. Because the best archers aren't necessarily the people who can hold the sight perfectly still. They're the people who can make the same shot under pressure. Over and over again. So the next time you step onto the shooting line, don't ask, how do I hit the center? Ask yourself, how do I make this shot exactly like my last good shot? Because once your process becomes consistent, the target starts becoming easier. And that bullseye you've been chasing, you may discover, you were never supposed to chase it in the first place. You were supposed to build a shot that naturally finds it. If this video helped you understand aiming differently, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What is the biggest problem you struggle with in archery: aiming, release, anchor, or consistency? And remember, stop chasing the bullseye. Build the shot.